everyone, and welcome to the Mad Tea Party.
We hope you're ready to spill the tea.
If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new here, I am Derek.
And I am Ryan.
And today we're bringing to you part 4 of our park rankings.
Today we're looking at Epcot.
And these are the parks on the East Coast that we have been working with.
Yeah. We'll get to the others.
We'll get to the others, don't you worry.
There's only so much time in a day.
So, we are working on Epcot today, and we have gone through. There are 10 main attractions that we have decided on at Epcot, and we have ranked them 10 through 1. 10 being our least favorite, not necessarily the worst ride always, up to number 1, our favorite ride. And for me, and I think I say this every time, I always think about, like, what do I want to ride every time I go? And, like, what am I running for to get on? Is it necessarily the best? I don't know. But
our main criteria is just our opinion. It's the most important thing.
Our opinion's what matters here.
Yeah.
So
buckle up.
Do you want to start or do you want to end?
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead. Coming in at number 10.
Mission Space.
I knew that was coming. Go ahead.
I can't stand it and I'll never ride it again. It's awful. It hurts. I vomited on it and I'm done.
And that was even, you were on the green one, weren't you, when you vomited? Or did you do the harder one?
I think it was the green one. I'd done the harder one and regretted it. But I think the time I vomited was on the green one.
Sad day.
Never again.
My number 10, I don't apologize for how I feel, but I apologize for hurting feelings, and that is Journey into Imagination with Figment. Now, okay, I will go ahead and say when I was younger and went to the parks back in like the early 90s, we did not go anywhere but the Magic Kingdom. So I only experienced early Disney in the Magic Kingdom. I didn't go to Epcot until 2008, and it had already changed. And so I didn't get to ride the original, but I can tell you whatever it is now seems like a whisper of what it was in the past. And I wish that they would find the money to just make it better. I love Figment. He's a little annoying, but in a great way. Mm-hmm. He is the icon. Like, I remember being a kid and my aunt and uncle had gone with their kids, and I remember seeing Figment on all of their stuff in the 90s. And just being like, who is this dragon at Disney World? And I wish that they would like just revitalize it and make it great. It's not because I don't like him. Number 9.
My number 9 for 2 points is Journey into Imagination with Figment. I have no qualms with it. It's just the lesser of what else is there.
It's nice when you need a cool down time.
I just love a dark ride, so I don't hate it. I get why people don't love it, but fine with me. I don't care. It's fun.
Would you be surprised if I told you my number 9 was Mission Space?
No.
Mission Space is my number 9, mainly because I don't ride it anymore because of this one. I do enjoy it. I've always been a weird person that likes G-Force style rides, but I have just skipped it forever because Ryan doesn't want to ride it and I'm not waiting by myself.
Mm-hmm. All right, at number 8, I have placed Spaceship Earth.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. That's fine. I like it. It's not my favorite. It could use an update, which I believe is coming.
It was supposed to happen, and then the pandemic started, and that kind of got pushed to the side along with like Cherry Tree Lane and all those other things.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Test Track, which I thought you would have put low as well. After riding the Radiator Springs ride, Test Track, I don't ever need to ride Test Track again unless I have nothing to do and it's a 5-minute wait.
Yeah.
The Cars ride at the Radiator Springs ride, I can't remember the exact name of it. It's perfection. They've perfected this ride into that.
Yeah. Well, Test Track is my number 7.
What? Right.
For 4 points. I also don't love Test Track. My qualm with Test Track is I typically ride in a car to get there, so riding an attraction that is like riding in a car isn't that exciting, or driving a car, because I drive cars all the time.
I just like the high speed moment, but is it worth that wait just for the 20 seconds of like...
if you have
shooting
a
around.
young child that
Oh,
finds that
yeah.
really cool, yeah, I get that. But as an adult who drives all the
I
time,
bet the kids love making
it's
the
fine.
cars while you're going through and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I
just-
actually hate that addition.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool the first time I did it. I've only done it once, and I was like, "Oh, so cool! You get to build a car." And then by the end, it felt pointless. So I don't like that.
Yeah. All right, my number 7 is it's the Seas with Nemo and Friends. We're getting into attractions where I enjoy them, but it's also just a dark ride that I do appreciate the fact that they mix real live aquarium creatures with the projections of animated Nemo.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. But the queue is very dark. And it's like very, very dark. Like you feel like you're going through the beach, but it's like nighttime beach almost.
Oh, I
don't know.
love that queue.
It's a fine ride.
I love this queue.
It is a fine ride.
I really like the birds on the outside.
I do like them.
I love that. And so actually, at number 6, I have the Seas with Nemo and Friends. I just ranked it one higher than you.
How funny.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many of mine are like just one notch below yours until we get to a certain point. Because most of them have been that way. My number 6 is the Grand Fiesta Tour with the 3 Caballeros. I actually did not get to ride this until probably 3 years ago. It had been shut down for a while. And when I say 3 years ago, I forgot that we lost 2 years of our lives, so probably about 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And just watching it, I really enjoy it reminded me a little bit of West Side Story in the way that they had like the dancing in the streets and some really cool moments. I am really, really excited for the overhaul that it's supposed to get to turn into Coco. I hope that happens. I think some of the Grand Tour might slightly be cultural appropriation in the way that they do it, but that's what I'm hoping Coco will come in and fix.
Yeah. At number 5, I've got the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros. I kind of like this ride. I do agree that it's probably problematic at this point, and it probably has always been problematic. But we need to
Get that Coco overlay.
Get
in there, revamp it. Yeah. If they can do it to something else we're about to talk about, they can do it to this one and make it even better.
Yeah. It's a cute little ride. We watched that movie, I think, before we went to Disney World.
I always liked it as a kid. I thought it was always funny that they mixed Donald the American Duck in with those crazy...
I had never seen it.
Yeah, you hadn't. Mm-hmm. I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, it was fine. But let's get Coco.
My next one may come as a shock to some people. My number 5 is Soarin'. I do not doubt that it is an amazing ride, because it is. I love going up in the air, even if I'm in a weird position or on the sides, I still enjoy it. I love olfactory style rides where they like throw scents at you, is awesome. But if it's a long line, I'm not riding it. It is one that I will skip if the line is long.
Yeah.
And by long, I mean over an hour.
This is where we start separating in the list. My number 4 is Living with the Land, which I know is not going to be quite as low on yours because you love that ride. It's fine. It's funny. My favorite thing about it is all of the memes of people getting off the boat trying to steal things because people are crazy.
People ruining it for the people that love it. Yeah. Come on.
I really love that there's never a wait for it. That's one thing I do love about it. I love that it's pretty chill, pretty calm, pretty quiet.
A 15-minute tour of a greenhouse. A hydroponic greenhouse. It's science and rides all in one.
That's true.
But I won't get to that yet, because my number 4 is Spaceship Earth. I put it a little higher up. It's very iconic to me. I have to ride it every time we go. I am going to miss Dame Judi Dench when they do redo this. I don't know who they could get to replace her other than like Maggie Smith or Angela Lansbury. Like, who could it be? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the idea of taking that journey through telecommunication And I know that it was once redone because of Siemens being a telecommunications company. They kind of redid it to like face the internet and how things evolved that way. So I'm excited to see what Spaceship Earth 3.0, 4.0, whatever. They never touched the outside, or like visually, but on the inside it's changed. But man, they have updated the outside. The one story we heard the other day about when it rains, the one dry place in Epcot is under there because the ball sucks in all of the water and deposits it other places.
Yeah, the triangles on the outside
Insane.
of it are a drain system.
Insane to
Blows
me.
my mind too. Yeah, and it collects that water and uses it. All right, so we are at number 3. My number 3 is Soarin.
Yeah.
I like Soarin'. I think it's fun. The one problem I do have with Soarin' is how much your ride is affected by where you get sat.
Yeah.
If you're not in the center, it really messes you up. Center front is the best because then you get the highest. Or I guess it's the center.
And normally if they're not busy, they will allow you to ask.
I don't like to have to ask.
I don't like asking either. I love the roulette of where we're going to land. But I've heard that if you are kind and there's not a long line, you can request, even if they let you step aside for one round and then put you in for another, because I think it's row B that everyone wants. Not the very, very top, but the next one down in the center is perfect.
I just think that at this point, that ride has been around for so long that they should fix it so that it's better from all spots.
If they can do it for Flight of Passage and make that screen work for all of those people, I think that they could redo Soarin'. And I will say, I enjoyed Soarin' over California. We got to see that overlay the last time, or the one time we went to Disneyland. We got to do the Soarin' over California and got different images and got to see a lot of California that we'd actually just driven through.
Yeah,
it was insane. It was insane to see everything that we had just gone through. Because when we went to California, we were like, we didn't realize there was all this farmland in California. First, East Coasters, might just be me, I think of like LA, San Diego, and wine country. I don't think about fields and fields of gorgeous trees that are like nuts and all those things that they're growing. And we drove through all of it. It was so cool. Yeah. And then we saw it on Soarin' through California.
So weird.
Soarin' over California. All right, my number 3. Yes, this is higher up on mine than yours, and it is Living with the Land. Living with the Land. I love
it to be higher on your list.
I love a nice. Well, the last 2 are very good rides. I just enjoy a chill time. I love what they do. There's different plants every time. I will admit I am a super nerd, and I feel like it's coming even later in life where I start to like weird scientific things and watching plants grow in weird ways, like the upside down hydroponic ways that they are like revolutionizing how to create food and hopefully help us save people in the future when we don't have land with nutrients in it. We're learning to live off the air almost. That's the next version. But I love it. Mickey-shaped pumpkins if you go at the right time of the year.
That is cool. I do like that.
Mickey-shaped watermelons if you go at a different time of the year. There's so many good things. And if you get off the ride, stop. Don't ruin it for us.
Yeah, stay on the boat.
These last 2, before you even start, I had a hard time. And I ended up going with another one, and I'm pretty sure that we are opposite on these.
Yeah, mine, I didn't have a hard time, but I have a hard yes on one of them. My number 2 is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I will be honest, we've actually never rode.
I was about to say, we got to get the disclaimer out there.
Yeah, we haven't rode Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in Epcot. We rode it in Disneyland Paris, but it is essentially
it's a carbon copy.
Yeah. So we can still rank it, even though we haven't been on this one in our country. And I'm putting it at number 2 only because my number 1 is so much higher because it's one of my favorite rides in all of Disney. But Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is great. It's a great ride. I really love that ride. It really could have been number 1 easily if this other one didn't exist.
Well, my number 2 is the one that is your number 1, and that is Frozen Ever After. I adore it. It is such a good ride, and sadly, I never got to ride Maelstrom. The one time that I went there when it was open back in 2008, my friend who was a Disney-phile was like, nope, let's just skip it. And now I'm like, why did you make me skip that?
Yeah.
We've watched videos of the trolls and of the what do they call those things in the middle of the ocean where they've got like the rigs in the middle of the ocean and the lightning's going off.
Yeah.
There's really cool videos. So if you haven't seen the original Maelstrom, go and watch it. It's on YouTube. But I just love that they took the different pieces of it, kept the same track, kept the same boats, and made it fit Frozen. And the animatronics are spectacular. And we were just saying yesterday because Anika Nani Rose accidentally said when the new Splash Mountain is possibly opening.
I don't believe it was an accident.
I know, but she accidentally let it go on a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got me thinking about all the new animatronics that they're going to make that are going to be similar to those from Frozen Ever After, and I can't wait to see what they do with those animatronics.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. All right, now my number one. Frozen Ever After! I love this ride. I love the characters. I love the way they've animated them. I love the way they've done their faces. I love the story here. I like that they have the Spring Fever.
The outfits at the end. Yep.
The Spring Fever outfits are so cute. That sunflower dress. Oh
the
my
green
gosh.
dress is my favorite. Like
so beautiful. That alone makes it like so amazing. I like that backwards drop. How surprisingly thrilling that is.
It really is.
What
does she do? Does she push you away?
She's singing "Let It Go."
Let it go, and you like fly backwards.
Yeah,
such a fun moment, and especially if you've got little ones. I wish that I could have ridden it with my niece and nephews the first time they rode it, because I'm sure they just flipped their lids at that part.
It's so good. It's so good.
My final one is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and yes, we have not ridden the one in the U.S. However, the one thing that sticks with me. One is actually I shouldn't say the one thing that sticks with me, the few things that stick with me. One, it was one of the very first trackless rides that we rode, and standing in line and watching those little mice just scurry up and land there, and then you get in and you're like, oh, they're all on different tracks. Okay, cool. And you can't see where they are, and then you get in them and they just scurry around the whole time. But my favorite thing is when you escape under, and spoilers, if you have not ridden the ride, you're trying to stay away from it, don't listen to this, fast forward about 10 seconds. My favorite thing is when you end up underneath the oven and they actually have used the heating elements above you to make you feel like you are underneath the oven when they turn it on and you scurry on out of there and everything is huge. I did hear people complain that you have to wear 3D glasses. And that is actually one of the rides I don't mind wearing 3D glasses.
It doesn't really good.
It doesn't make me sick, and I'm not a person that gets sick unless it's a Universal.
Yeah, Universal 3D hurts.
I don't get motion sickness, and that Remy's does not give me motion sickness at all. And like in a normal day, never motion sickness.
Whereas that Simpsons ride at Universal Studios,
I get the worst headache.
The most amazing news is that there's a tie for first place.
Yes.
Frozen and Ratatouille, and that is so fair to me because
that is so
love
fair.
them both.
So fair. Also, we want to apologize. We have slowly gotten darker and darker in this video. Now that summer is here, we are filming during the day, and we need to learn how to fight the sun.
By the daylight.
Oh look, right here. I can be seen nice and clear now. Hey y'all, we're here to say goodbye to you.
Yes, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much. If you happen to be curious about our content, make sure to click that subscribe button down below.
Yeah, or off with your head.
Also, if you enjoyed the video today, give us a thumbs up. I know that these ratings sometimes are not our most popular videos, but we enjoy doing them so much, and we love sharing with you our opinions of the ride. So share yours with us. If you
tell us if we're wrong.
If you left a comment down below that had a list of 10, we would love it.
Yeah.
Give us your list of Epcot and go back to the old ones. See what our old rankings were. The only one we have not done is Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
That is coming up in the next couple weeks. We will get it done this summer because then we want to add in Disneyland Park, and we're going to after we go there for a second time, so we can actually make our final decision. Not final, but our current decisions.
Well, then, you know what I would like to do after we do, and then I want to do Paris because we've been there.
We have been to Paris. It's going to take some digging into my brain.
Yeah, me too.
I already know which is like top 1 and top 2.
I already know my number 1 from that one too.
Oh, we could probably say it right now, but we're not.
But I think after we've done the rankings for all these parks we've been to, I would like to do a ranking of all of our top ones from each of the parks to figure out which is the best ride.
Yes. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, that is it for today. Leave us a comment down below. Leave us your list. Let us know what you think. Also, is there something else that you would like to see us rank? Oh, and we are also going to be compiling some stuff from our Beauty and the Beast production and probably our Little Mermaid production. I might even throw in some High School Musical from over 14 years ago.
I've got some Mary Poppins pictures.
Yeah, we'll put together a Disney theater video one day for you of all the shows we've done. I think that would be fun. Let us know, though, what you want to see. And, as always, have a golden afternoon.
Bye, guys.